One of the major issues for our commercial property clients recently is the seemingly endless number of legislations, taxes and such like on commercial property owners. Given commercial property plays a crucial role in Scotland's economy, myself and fellow professionals in the market can hardly remember a more unremitting tax regime. So what has changed? Well, last year saw limitations to empty property relief to vacant industrial premises. This valuable benefit was reduced from 100% relief from rates to 10% after 3 months. It is widely predicted that this restriction will have the same effect as a similar curb to the office market 5 years ago. Earlier this year, the exemption of water and sewerage charges on vacant non-domestic properties was lifted, meaning property owners will now be billed as if they were occupied. Taken together, in most cases, it costs twice as much to own a vacant property now as it did 10 years ago. It has been argued that property owners are keeping properties empty deliberately, but that is not the case. There is no profit in unproductive buildings. On top of this, the recent rating revaluation caused anguish across the sector, with some businesses claiming that they were faced with having to pay 4 times as much than they did previously. Land and Buildings Transaction Tax, LBTT, has also of course been added to the mix, further adding to the burden in property transactions. Now the latest plan by Revenue Scotland is to impose LBTT on in-specie transfers of commercial properties between self-invested personal pensions, SIPs, for the same pension investor. Revenue Scotland argues that such transfers give rise to an LBTT liability on the basis that they are land transactions. However, the pension investor will almost certainly have paid LBTT or its predecessor on the original purchase of the property. This suggests a new regime of double taxation, something which is at odds with some 25 years of practice within HMRC. Of course, elected officials have every right to impose whatever tax regime they see fit, but the irony in all of this is, despite what I have said, the market in Scotland is relatively robust, with reasonable transaction activity and availability of funding. So we can only imagine what it would be like if authorities untied the hands of the commercial property market and let it trade. It could be just what the country needs to stimulate the market.